All right, YouTube. So we're back and we're here to pull some more Pokemon Pocket cards. So I don't know if you guys have seen my streams or anything like that, but I have been covering Pokemon Pocket when it comes out with things. But I haven't pulled on this new set yet. It's been about a week, I think. And so we're just gonna go ahead and lock into some of these packs. I got some hourglasses here, as you can see. So we're gonna lock in on this Eevee Grove. I haven't. Hold on, let me think that through. I haven't actually opened a pack for this yet. So this will be some of the first pack openings I'm done for this. As you can see, I have 0 pack points. I do have some cards from it, but it's not that I have cards because I was actually opening packs. It's because I was doing wonder picks, trying to get some of these cards up here, and that didn't go my way. Anywho, I'm also doing this live on stream at twitch.tv/SasukeKJJ3. So if you guys ever want to come through to the streams to watch this live, you most definitely can. I definitely tell you, you get way more energy out of me live on the stream than you probably will in a YouTube video. Hopefully, maybe. I don't want to lie to you there. All right, we feeling this one. Also, for anyone in chat that is here and plays the game, if you have a free pack or you have hourglasses you want to spin, we can do this group summon right here, right now. So on rip, we're gonna rip this pack open. If you got anything you want to do, you can do a single, you can do a 10 pack, however you want to do it. Hell, it can be your event pack if you have any, but however you want to do it. But on rip, we're gonna rip it open. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit for those of you that want to do it. Pause the video or whatever, you know. All right, with that being said, on rip, 3, 2, 1, rip. Okay, I saw a sparkle, but I didn't hear a chime, so I don't know. During this turn, attacks used by Decidueye EX, Incineroar EX, or Primarina EX do plus 30 damage to your opponent. Wow, that's a lot. One, that's a lot. Number 2, also noticed that we never got Turtwig or Empoleon EX, but we did get Decidueye, Incineroar, and Primarina EX. Hashtag noticing much? Barboach, Mudshot, fighting type energy, colorless energy, but 2 energy total, 30 damage. 2 energy for 30? That's a lot. Toga Demaru. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, do 30 damage to the attack. Okay. Interesting. And it's a metal type this time when it was electric last. I think the last pack it was electric. Interesting. Another Melton card, and it actually does an attack this time instead of just gathering energy. That's kind of helpful. Bang. All right, so we are starting off things pretty good with this. The Umbreon full art. Yo, I'm trying to collect all the full arts. I like this. I like this. So I was showing it off the stream earlier, YouTube. I have the Glaceon, the Jolteon, and the Espeon. So this is nice to have the Umbreon now. I wonder pick those. So having these is pretty dope. All right, hold on. Let's screenshot that real quick. Say less. Go ahead, throw those in there. Oh, you guys will see them right here, actually. Let's see. Blink. Okay, so now comes the hard part. I should have waited just like 2 more hours before doing this when I had another free pack. So what we're gonna do, instead of dropping the 10 right now, we're gonna drop the single, since it only cost me like 2 hourglasses. And then we're gonna hit the 10 after this. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, this got to be it. Show me Crown Rare. Okay, and this Salazzle. I don't know why we keep getting so many Salazzles. Who's asking for these? One's in chat if you're asking for Salazzles. One's in chat if you've been asking for Salazzles. No? I don't think so. Another Barboach. A palm. Okay, what's this say? Double hit. Flip 2 coins and attack does 20 damage for each hit. Hey. So kind of like the Sneasel card. Okay. Vanillish. When I started saying ice cream as Pokemon, I figured we were hitting a sad moment. If one of your Pokemon used Sweet's Relay last turn. Okay, so Vanillite uses Sweet's Relay, and the more times you can get Sweet's Relay off before you evolve into Vanillish, the more damage it'll do later on. Live Part, we're getting another one. Slashing Claw, 70 for 2 energy. It's not awful, but it is a stage 2. Or stage 1. It's a stage 1. Perleon is just a basic, so I don't know. Barboach being the only repeat we got there. Nothing particularly good here. Nothing particularly good here. Okay, we're at 20 different cards. 16 out of 69. Let's see what we can do. All right. 478. Hold on, let's make sure we don't have anything with any of the challenges being completed that'll give us a couple more hourglasses. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. All right, let's pop the 10 pack. All right, chat. Give me your energy. Lend me your energy, chat. It's all in the swipe right here. It's all in the swipe right here. Oh, that shit's so dry. Oh my God, that was so dry. No nothing, no rainbows, no chimes, no nothing. Oh, YouTube, we're cooked. All right, what up with it, bruh? Appreciate you for dropping in. All right, look at a random supporter card that's not Penny from your opponent's deck and shuffle it back into their deck. Use the effect of that card as the effect of this. Yo, what? That's wild, actually. Okay, Vanillish again. Okay, now we have Vanillite. And like I said, so it uses Sweet's Relay, and then you evolve into Vanillish to abuse the fact that it uses Sweet's Relay. Kerbrink? What even is this? It's a jewel Pokemon? Flip a coin. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. I mean, I guess alright, but like 2 energy for that? Whoa! Bang! Flareon EX 2-star full art. Okay. Okay. We're not mad at it. We are not mad at it. Let's fucking go. We're not mad at this. I have been seeing this card run rampant in ranked on some videos that I've been watching. Once during your turn, you may attach a fire energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon, but if you do, you have to do 20 damage to yourself. But if you can get 3 energy, it's 130 damage and you have to discard 2. I mean, that's pretty useful to me. Let's see what we got right here. Okay, Greedent. Enhanced Fang. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached to it, that's fit. So, okay, you do have to evolve. You do have to evolve this, but 120 health, 3 energy is a lot, but does 100 damage? I don't know. Seems like a nice trade-off, and it's not an EX, so you wouldn't lose 2 points if you lost this in a duel. Vanillite again, Apalm again, Torracat, okay. Claw Slash 50, not bad. Jolteon, if this Pokemon is okay. It's the same as the, well, I should have known those were the same. Apalm, Barboach, Togedemaru. Glaceon. Okay, this attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, so I can pick any one. Okay, so you can like backline attack with this. Alomomola. Water Pulse. 3 energy for this? I don't know about that. There's some Pokemon that do this way better, like Frostmoth or Shiinotic, that are a lot easier to get out than this. Cinco. Chino, pound 10. It's a basic. Incineroar. Flip 2 coins. This attack does 100 damage for each. But it does 100 damage for each head. So if you don't get heads, you're just pretty cooked. Main food. Flip a coin. If this fails, it does nothing. I don't know why they brought this one back. Okay, then I got the okay. And Shao. Low kick 70. Yeah, all right. That makes sense. I think that's about the same as the first one, minus the whole flip a coin part. Wish Cash, Earthquake. This attack also does 10 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. Wow! But 4 energy, that's 4 energy with 3 of them being colorless. Maybe if you run like Misty, you'd have to use some type of energy accelerator for this. Something. But you have to have at least 1 fighting type. So I don't know why you would, I don't know in any reason you wouldn't run this in a fighting deck. Like that would be the only case, but like you need some type of energy accelerant for this, unless you're backline building, so something to stall maybe. Woobat, Gust, Dratini, Chatot, your opponent's active Pokemon is not confused. That's not bad. Jolteon again, okay. Adino. This attack does 20 damage. I actually didn't read what this was for each of your bench Pokemon. All right, not awful. For a basic at 90 with 2, it's not bad. Sableye, Scratch for 30. 30 for a basic? Poor cat. Okay, Eevee bag. I actually don't know what this does. During this turn, attacks used by your Pokemon that evolve from Eevee do 10 plus damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Or you can heal 20 damage from each of your and then I got it again. Vanillish, Ambipom. Okay, once during your turn you may put a random Pokemon tool card from your deck into your hand, and then it does a corkscrew punch. Okay, 50, 90 health, stage 1. That's not bad. Dragonair. Okay, Waterfall. Oh yeah, that's right. So we do have Dragonite in this deck again. And, well, in this set we have Dragonite. We have a new Dragonite card. It looks like it's still running the dual energy thing. Not awful. Okay, Dratini, we already had that, but it's nice to have both so you actually have a line. Tropius, I love Tropius as a Pokemon. 60 for 3. Terrible card, actually. They didn't have to do Tropius like that. Another Salazzle. Chat, who was asking for Salazzles? In food, chat, who was asking for this? Who asked for another one of these? Okay, Perleon. Discard all Pokemon tools from your opponent's active Pokemon. Cool ability, does no damage, so I don't. Bang. Nah. Did really want this card though, because it does look really cool. I love the art on this. Like, just take a look at that. Eevee's an adorable Pokemon, not gonna lie. Vivivolve. This Pokemon can evolve into any Pokemon that evolves from Eevee if you play it from your hand onto this Pokemon. This Pokemon can evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, we're on pack 9. Barboach, Woobat, Drampa. I already have one of these, but Dragon Breath. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Okay, so it's gonna do the 70 damage regardless, but there's a chance that you paralyze your Pokemon. That's pretty smart. Also, it's a Dragon type and it's a colorless energy, so you could run this in any deck because it's colorless. But it also means it's good for the Dragonite deck because of that, because you have to run 2 different energy in Dragonite. Unless you're just praying that Misty works out for you with Dragonite. Okay, we got the basic Eevee. Needed that. Collect, you draw a card. It's good for draw acceleration, I suppose. I don't know the right word you would use for that, but it's so you can pull the cards that you're looking for quicker. Lydon, we already have one of these. Flare 40. 2 energy kind of sucks. Kind of like a Snivy. I think that's probably one of Snivy's worst. For the Snivy that came in that set, I think that's his worst quality, is that it takes 2 energy to do a single attack. However, as soon as you evolve into if you rare candy into superior, then you're pretty much okay. We get a new Melmetal. Okay, it's not bad. 3 energy for 90. Not mad at that. Okay, so Flareon being the #1 card here. Not mad at these. Not mad at those at all. Okay. Got 38 out of 69. Not too bad. All right, so we'll probably speed through the second one a little quicker than we did that that first one, mostly because I was trying to read off some of the stuff. I mean, unless we just get a fuck ton of new cards, right? All right, let's try let's try it this way. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I thought it got a nice. All right, chat out, tone deaf, we saw. All right, for Pearlion. That's pretty cool. I will admit, it sucks when it happens, but it is pretty cool if you're looking for like an evolutionary line and you get like one back and then the next one back. So like Liepard and then Pearlion, or like Charmander and Charmeleon, something like that. Like that, it really seems like it's stupid, but it does kind of make you feel a little bit better because it's like, well, at least if I was trying to complete the set, like I know I got these two. Shiny Electrode. I like this. I like this a latte. Oh yeah, yeah. Let me see that. Let me see that. Let me see that. The blue and the yellow, the contrast is so dope. Oh man, that's a nice card. That's a nice card. Bono Sweet. Oh, Bono Sweet does 10. Not awful. Right, Harambe. W shiny. Loading again. Poplio. Okay, 2 energy. 30 damage, 70. All right, not too awful. Galvantula. Okay, discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. So 100% paralyzation. Electric shock though, 70 damage. I could see you probably running this in a deck. I just don't know. I can see this being useful, but the discarding all energy part just really sucks. And I feel like that's a lot of the electric Pokemons. That's their gimmick. Vanillish. Okay, Umbreon. If the defending Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it can attack during your opponent's next turn. Ooh. That Dark Binding is gonna hoe you hard until you evolve if you're running evolutions. Which also can really suck if you're running if you're running EX cards that are basics. So like Darkrai or Celebi. Dratini, Sableye. I'm not mad about this. I'm just mad that I know I wasted a good bit of energy, a good bit of my Wonder Pick stuff trying to get this Glaceon. And I finally had it, and then now I have two. But I'm not mad that I have an extra. So now I have two. So if I pull any more of those, one is definitely up for trade if I don't have one of the other 1-star full arts that I need for the evolutions. Eevee. Squavit? Bite 30, colorless, Jolteon. Creamery. Ice cream Pokemon. That looks like, I'm not gonna say what that looks like, but you know exactly what that looks like. Y'all know what Milcery looks like. Milcery, whatever you want to call it. Y'all know what it looks like. I'm not gonna say what it looks like, but you know. Sweets Overload. This attack does 40 damage for each time you're a Pokemon that use Sweets Relay during the game. So yeah, essentially, if you could find a way to stall out a battle where you're just using Sweets Relay over and over and over again, and then you drop this, you can start one-shotting, quite literally one-shotting everything on the field. Brione, Water Gun for 40. Well, I mean, you have to do... I don't like that this only goes up 10 damage from Poplio. If Poplio is 2 energy for 30 and then this is 2 for 40, this should at least be 50, but that's just me. Dragonair, 16, 40. Really? All right, Melton. Ooh. Mawile, we gotta do Mawile. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is not paralyzed, but it does do 30 damage off rip. Not mad at that. Not mad at that for a basic with 70, 30 damage. It's 2 energy, but I mean, it is what it is. Slurpuff. That name is just, you know, if one of your Pokemon use Sweets Relay during your last turn, this Pokemon does 60 more damage. What's crazy is that means though, even if you play this one, for just 2 energy and 120 health, you would get your Sweets Relay off, and that's 30. Your next turn, you're doing 90 damage. And if someone's already used it, you're probably getting 90 off. That's not bad for 2 energy. Melmetal again. Sableye. Shao. Okay, Swirlix. Sweets, and then here's Sweets Relay. If you're a Pokemon, use Sweets Relay during your last turn. This attack does 20 more damage. Vanillite. Sylveon. Okay, this attack does 30 more damage for each evolution Pokemon on your bit. Yeah, all right. That's not fair. Evo Harmony. That's a fire name. They're not gonna hold you. Whoa. 30 more for each evolution? That's a plus 90. On top of the 40. Sweets Relay, Raboch. Joltik. Flip a coin. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active but not paralyzed. Yeah, I don't. That's a lot of flipping the coin to go along here, and I'm not sure if I'm doing all of that anymore. Because Celebi Superior is one of my favorite decks to play, and it's so fun. But man, it is a very tough deck to use. Because if you flip bad, your luck is trash. You're cooked. Melmetal. Vanillite, Bonus Sweet, Woobat, Slurpuff. What happened to all those? What was up with all those rainbows? Joltik, Apom. Okay, Moderate, Melmetal. Okay, we got the 1-star full art Eevee. Not mad at it. Hold on, so what were all those? I'm confused because I know I saw a ton of rainbows go off that set, and I only got 3 good cards. The Eevee. I mean, I got some new cards, yeah, but the only one I saw was the Eevee, the Glaceon, and the Electrodes. I'm confused. $5,222 cards, and do you know how many God packs I've had? The answer is none. $50 out of 69. Still missing a good bit. A lot of those in that set were repeat. A lot of them were repeats. This looks nice right here, though. Looking real nice right up in there. How many we got left? 238. It's pack opening time. Also, I do want to admit one thing that does bother me is the sneak peek that you get when they do the Wonder Pick stuff and they do the sneak peek event. I get bothered by the fact that the sneak peek is not guaranteed every time. It's a chance, and it doesn't tell you that you get it or not until after you've already spent your Wonder Pick energy on getting ready to pick the card. So you don't even know like if you're gonna get that lucky until then. And then even then, you know, you still might not get the card. So it's like it can be such a waste. Chatini, Sting, Gino, Tropius, Creamery, Serena. Serena kind of thick. Brink, Jolted, Melton, Umbreon. I should have read Sabrina, by the way. I sure didn't. Just look at it, bro. Like, what does that look like to you, Sweet Relay? Rita, Chatini. Dragonite EX. First and foremost, felt like Dragonite should have had an EX in Genetic Apex. There, I said it. I said what I said, and I mean it. But to see this here, not mad at it. Also, the art on this, kind of fire. Like the way the fists coming through the, like, with the rocks coming out, like that shit kind of gas. Also, note, this takes less energy than the original Dragonite card. And does less damage, because the other one does 200. This one only does 180. But this is guaranteed 180 to one Pokemon and will kill. So, I mean, you know. Because I will admit, one of the biggest downsides to the OG Dragonite was that you could use that, and it does 50 for each one. But if you have bench Pokemon whose health is over 50, and it splits that up, there's a chance that the bench Pokemon live, and whatever's active, if it has enough to kill you, it might just be enough to kill you. So then, you know, it feels like it was all for nothing. Please give me something good. Oh, it was new and I skipped right past it. Leftovers. I didn't have this. At the end of your turn, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is in an active spot, heal 10 damage from the Pokemon. Oh, so it does healing over time. That's pretty neat. All right. Popplio. Jolted. Leftovers again. I'm not mad that I got it, but again, I spent the Wonder Pick energy on this, and it just makes me feel like I could have spent that energy on Sylveon, Leafeon, Flareon, but these looked really cool and I wanted these, and now I'm getting these and I'm just beggars can't be choosers, you know. You can't be ungrateful, not with this game. Come on, give me something good. I didn't have this Leafeon yet, so all right. Leaf Blast, 10 plus does 10. This attack does 20 more damage for each leaf energy attached to this Pokemon. Okay. I wonder, well, it says, I wonder if that works if you run Superior with this, because Superior does technically double the amount. So if you had one, would it count as 2? I might have to test that out and see. Almost sweet. Okay, here we go. Slap for 40. That's not bad. It's a stage 1 though, so that kind of sucks. It do be like that sometimes. Oh my god, give me something. Also, shout out to that boy Don for being up in here. Appreciate it, my guy. Dragonair, Drampa, landed, no one asked for it early on. Pack number 9, Vanillish, move back. Okay, 2 EVEX. We can run this in the deck now. You know, I wasn't actually trying to look at the card. I was trying to look at the Eevee. I turned it sideways, so I saw I had nothing left. But Swoobat didn't have this yet. Thank God. Side shot 40. 100 though for 40. Not bad. It's a stage 1 though, so I would hope for more. Oh my God. Not too many new cards here. A lot of repeats, which isn't really good. A lot of repeats here. Oh, Leafeon was the number 2 card there. That makes more sense. Yeah, that was the last one I was missing there. Do I have all the EX cards in this set? No, because I don't have Primarina EX. Or Sylveon EX. I tried to Wonder Pick both of those too. How much we got left? 118. We don't have enough. Because I used those 2 We are just short one. That's crazy when you think about it. That is actually crazy when you think about it. That's kind of wild. All right, let's see if there's anything in here that's worth wonder picking. I don't think so. Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. That Flareon wasn't there earlier when I checked. I checked before I started up the video, and it wasn't there. Now it is. All right, chat. I know what time it is. Can I get oh so lucky? Okay, it's back way up here. Of course it was in the 2 spot. Of course it was in the 2 spot. Of course it was in the 2 spot. Jesus. Well, I guess we did okay. It could have been worse. But you know, could have been worse. So with that being said, though, that's going to be the end of this video. YouTube, if you watched this far, I appreciate you. And again, if you ever want to catch these live, just pop into the streams at twitch.tv/SasukeKJJ3. For Twitch chat, this will be on YouTube if you guys want to go back and watch it and laugh at my pain. So there's that. But with that being all that I have for you guys today, I'm going to end this video here, and I will see you guys in what will maybe kind of sort of be the next one if it happens. So later.